This is the most frequent question I have got asked by many people, that how can I learn English faster and how can I speak English fluently in a short period of time. And asking this question is pretty obvious because at first everybody is extremely motivated and we feel that it's an exciting and a rewarding journey, so we just try to do our level best, but gradually our confidence goes away and we start feeling that it's going to be extremely challenging, and we do feel that. So we definitely ask this question, that how we are supposed to learn English faster and how can I complete this challenge or this journey as quickly as possible. So in this video, I'm going to mention 8 ways through which you can improve your language skill and speak English fluently. So the first thing you are supposed to do is to set target or have a clear vision or clear goals. I am emphasizing it too much because if you have a clear goal or clear vision, then it will help you to look at this particular language in a whole different way. And apart from that, if you have a clear goal, then it will always help you to stay focused and don't get confused and don't get distracted by the enormous things. Apart from that, having goals will allow us to create a roadmap that how we are supposed to learn this language and how we are going to complete this task as quickly as possible. That's why I always recommend everybody to set targets or to have a specific goal which will always motivate you to accomplish your task and just get your task done at any cost. Actually, many of my classmates come up to me and they always complain one thing, that at first they felt extremely motivated. They knew that they have to learn this language, but within few days their motivation fades away. And when I ask them that, okay, do you have any specific goal that why you want to learn this language or why you would like to speak English, or you're just learning this language for the sake of learning this language? And they were like, no, we don't have any specific goal. And then I told them that no, if you want to be motivated and if you want to have motivation within you for a long time, then you need to have a specific goal which will always motivate you to accomplish your task and just to get your things done which you have planned for yourself. So if you have decided that you want to speak English faster, then you must have a goal because it will always motivate you, and that is the only thing we all need. Because when we begin learning a language, many times we feel like giving up. We feel that it's extremely exhausted, and it will happen. So at that time, your goal and your motivation will help you to stay consistent and just to learn this language. So the next thing I would like to recommend you is to make a deadline. I really want you to make a deadline, because if you are someone who does not have a deadline and if you have not set time for yourself that within certain amount of time you have to complete this task, then you will always procrastinate that you will be completing this task tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, again you will be procrastinating that you will be completing this task tomorrow. But that tomorrow never comes and you will end up procrastinating all the time. But if you are someone who has set time for yourself, and if you have made a deadline for yourself, then it will always remind you that you have certain amount of time left, and within this time you have to complete your task, you have to get your things done, so that you will be able to accomplish all the things which you have set for yourself or which you have planned for yourself. You can give time to yourself according to your current level of English, and apart from that, you should be also looking at your schedule and your preference, because many times these things also play a vital role. When it comes to me, I allowed myself complete 1 year because it was extremely crucial for me. Because when I first began learning English, I started from scratch. Like, I was not even able to understand. So for me, allowing 1 year was extremely important. So that's what I did. And fortunately, I could make it happen. I just completed my task within 1 year. I want all of you who want to improve your English faster, just make a deadline, because it will save you from delaying your project that you will be completing this task tomorrow, and it will help you to accomplish your task quickly. So the next thing I would like to recommend you is to forget about perfect grammar. I don't know why are people so obsessed with having perfection in their grammar. I mean, they want to speak flawless English without making grammatical mistakes. I mean, I have talked to so many people who have pretty good level in English and their fluency is really decent. But still they always complain that, you know what, I would like to speak English without making grammatical mistakes. I would like to use all the complex words which I have ever thought to use. And by the way, having this thought is really important. I mean, it will help you to just move forward. But I don't think that you should be always willing to have that perfection in your speech. So there's one thing I would like to recommend you if you want to speak English fluently in a short period of time, that do not run behind perfection of grammar. Rather, focus on speaking, because the more you speak, the better you will become at grammar, and then you are supposed to make less grammatical mistakes. Don't worry about how broken your English is. Don't care how many grammatical mistakes you are making. Just focus on speaking as much as you can, because that is the only way you will be improving your grammar and just speak English fluently. If you have ever noticed any celebrities or even YouTubers who make videos in English, and all the celebrities who give interview in English, that they also make grammatical mistakes. Even their mistakes are pretty basic, like instead of saying I didn't know, they were like, okay, I didn't knew. Instead of saying I didn't go there, they were like, okay, I didn't went there. So these mistakes are really tiny, but they don't really care about it. And the thing is, nobody cares. So why are you afraid that you make so many grammatical mistakes? Just don't worry about mistakes and keep going, because that is the only way you are supposed to speak English fluently in a short period of time, when you stop caring about others and just try your level best to accomplish all the things which you have decided for yourself. So the next thing I would like to recommend you is to practice speaking in English every day. How many of you practice speaking in English every day? Just be honest. I mean, you don't have to answer this question to me. You have to answer this to yourself. Are you someone who is actually practicing every single day, or you are just watching videos that how to speak English fluently? Because I have seen a lot of people who just watch videos that how to learn English, how to speak English fluently, but they don't take action. They don't really practice speaking in English every day, but they expect to improve their English. But how you're supposed to do it if you are having this kind of mindset? If you're someone who is doing this, then please stop it right now, and instead of watching videos that how to speak English fluently and how to speak English faster, just try to implement all the steps which is being mentioned in the video, because that is the only way you are supposed to learn. And there's one thing I would like to recommend you, that only your practice is going to make you perfect. If you're having this desire to speak English fluently, then you need to take action, and you are the only one who is going to help yourself to speak English fluently. So instead of watching all the videos that how to speak English fluently, try to implement those steps and those ideas which is being mentioned. So just take action, because that is the only way you will be improving your English. So the next thing I would like to recommend you if you want to speak English fluently is to have the understanding of basic grammar. Well, by saying this, I certainly don't mean that you need to study grammar and you need to focus on grammar. No, by saying this, I mean you need to focus on basic grammar. And when it comes to basic, there are many things which comes under it. Like you can focus on tenses, but well, don't focus on all the rules of tenses, because many of the tenses we don't really use in our daily life. So you don't need to focus on all the tenses. You can look at it and then understand whether you will be focusing on it or not. Apart from that, you can also focus on modal verbs because that also play a huge role to change your English. You can also focus on articles because that can change the way you speak. And apart from all of these, verbs also do play a vital role. I'm only recommending these things because in the initial days of mine, I focused on only these things. And once I got the good grasp of these things, once I got the good understanding of these basic grammars, I became quite good at speaking and I started improving my English, which led me to speak English fluently. Next thing you're supposed to focus on is to learn whole sentences. This is something I would highly recommend you because in the initial days of my journey, I focused on learning separate sentences instead of learning the whole phrase or the whole sentence. This was one of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning, but later I realized that this is how we are not supposed to learn things because it's a completely wrong approach. So instead of learning a separate word, try to learn a whole sentences or try to learn a phrase which can help you to get the clarity that how you're supposed to use this particular word in your daily life. Whereas when I was learning English, I used to learn a separate word and used to translate that word in my mother tongue. But I was not understanding that how I am supposed to use this word in my daily life, how I will be able to use this word when I am having conversation with someone. So I used to think that I am enhancing my vocabulary, but in reality I was learning nothing. I was just getting confused that what exactly I'm supposed to do. So I would highly recommend you to focus on learning whole sentences or whole phrase rather than learning a separate words, because in this way you can save a lot of your time and you can also save yourself from getting confused. So here are 6 ways through which you can improve your English faster and speak English fluently. Apart from that, if you want to speak English quickly in a short period of time, then try to surround yourself with English language. And this is the question many people ask, that how we are supposed to surround ourselves with English. So you can do whatever you want. By saying this, I mean you can read books in English, you can watch movies in English, you can watch YouTube videos in English, you can listen to podcast, or you can use any app. You can practice just by yourself. So here are so many ways through which you can surround yourself with this particular language and improve your English faster. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. So please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye.